Good evening, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we are going to discuss about Tata Institute of Social Sciences. In short, we call it TISS. So we're going to discuss about the college, the exam, the placements, the stipends, the summer placements, as in what are the courses you should avail. So we're going to discuss everything about TISS and TISSNET exam. So today's topic is all about TISS, and the first question arises is why TISS? What's so special about it? Is this college better than FMS? Is this college better than XLRI? Is this college better than IMABC or K and L? Well, it depends from perspective to perspective. So TISS is a college which was established, which was founded way back, okay, and it is one of the best colleges from where you can do HRM, specifically HRM, and there are a lot of other master's program that you have. The thing about this is they do not provide you any PGP, PGDM or MBA degrees. They provide you with masters in arts or masters of science, MA or MSc certificate, not certificates, it's the degrees, okay? So does not providing MBA or PGP, is it not beneficial, or is it beneficial in the long run? Is it different? Well, not really. For example, if you have done engineering, or if you have any idea about engineering, whether it is BTech, Bachelor of Technology, or whether it is BE, Bachelor Engineering, it doesn't matter, right? In the very same way, whether it is PGP, PGDM, MBA, or whether it is MA from HRM and LR, that's what the course name is. It doesn't matter. The companies that do not discriminate based on these two terminologies, that you have received an MBA degree or a diploma, which is PGP, PGDM, and whether you have MA in HR and LR. Okay. So question arises, why TISS? So the Tata Institute of Social Sciences was established in 1936. This is way before India gained independence, okay? And the name of TISS used to be Sir Daroji Tata Graduate School of Social Work. So it was basically founded for social work. It was not founded for HR or analytics, okay, or anything related to corporate sector. It was and it still is purely social work. Most of its programs that they offer, they offer more than 50 programs. Most of the programs are for social work, okay? In 1944, that is still before independence, it was renamed as the Tata Institute of Social Sciences. So this is like one of the oldest institutes that we have, okay? In the year 1964, it was declared deemed to be university as per UGC. So that's when, it gained more traction and more importance, okay? Now, the vision of TISS, or the reason why TISS is in the country and why they run the programs, is it has got nothing to do with getting money from the students, okay? The fees are way low. It's about the development and bringing in the social changes in the economic fabric and the social fabric of the country. So their vision is very different as compared to other MBA colleges, okay? So they are more into dignity, equality, social justice. And if you remember the recent, if you follow news, okay, last year and the year before that, there have been, and every year actually, there have been cases, and there have been incidents where women or children, they are exploited at a lot of by the hands of a lot of NGOs, and by the hands of a lot of realtors who provide shelter to them. So TISS students, they go and do the investigation. They're part of the investigation. Of course, they don't do investigation by themselves, but they're a part of the investigation, and they are the major driving force to look into the welfare of such communities and people. So it's a very strong vision, okay? So, what are the major reasons why TISS should be, attempted as a student from your perspective? Well, the very first reason it is that it is for everyone. And when I say for everyone, it is even for me, because there is no upper age limit. Okay. So whether you are 40 years old, whether you are 25 years old, whether you are 50 years old, everyone can write TISS and everyone has an equal opportunity to get into it. I do not have an added advantage as compared to you. It's all about the process. Okay. Also, the college wherein all the reservations and criteria as per laid by the government of India is accepted here. So whether you are from non-creamy background, you are from OBC, you are SC, ST, you are children or relatives of defense forces, you all are given equal opportunities, and the cutoffs are also based on that. Okay, so remember, the cutoff is not same for everyone, it is different for everyone. We will discuss about all of that later. The second thing is a person even with low academic eligibility criteria can attempt this and still get into it. So this is like a boon for a lot of us. Somebody who did not have good in graduation in 10th, 12th, somebody who had not even scored of 60% marks, or let's say even a 7 or an 8 CGPA in their 10th, can still write the exam and they are given equal opportunity, because the minimum criteria for writing tests is not percentage of CGPA. The minimum criteria is you should have completed your graduation. That's it. आपका वो whether you are a first class student, you are past first class, second class, whether you are a scholar, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. So this is the right exam if you want to redeem everything that has happened with you in your acads in the last 10-15 years. Okay, so very, very nice opportunity. The next thing about this, that why you should go after this, is it is one of the cheapest PG programs, postgraduate programs. Of course, it's MA, not PGP. We will look into the fee structure, and we will also look into what kind of summer placements students get. The next point is it's one of the highest paid summer placements that you get here. It is as good as, and sometimes the students get better than what students get at IIMs. Okay, it's that good. Next is it has got one of the best final placements. Okay, the final placements, if you compare, it may not match the kind of placements you get in IFT or IIM Ahmedabad or Bangalore, Calcutta, or maybe Excel or FMS. Okay, because sometimes in IFT students get packages worth over 1 crore per annum, but it doesn't match up to that extent. But if you look at the ROI, you will realize it's really good. Okay, and the next one is it's one of the best brands in the market. So if you tell any corporate sector that you have a TISS program with you, you have clear TISS and you are a part of the institute, they are going to almost worship you. Okay, so the brand value is huge when it comes to this. Let's get into detail for each of the points. The first one, it is for everyone. So when I said that, what does it mean? Say it's cheap throughout, starting from procuring forms, as in filling up the forms, and then getting into the college and the admission fees and the hostel fees and everything. Everything is cheap. Okay, even for a general category student. So I will discuss about what are the documents required, because a lot of students, they have asked about this, and along with that, what is the exam fees per program. Okay, you can choose maximum of 3 programs here, so I'm going to discuss about that. Tushar, cheap here doesn't mean cheap that way. The meaning of cheap is where you do not spend much money. That's cheap. Context, we are boasting about something. Of course, I will not be using the word cheap in that context. Okay. So for a general category student, the documents required are photograph, signature, and TISS copy of challan if you have fill the form in the offline mode, as in if you have procured it from the bank and paid. So it's the challan that is required. Okay, the exam fees is 1030, that's it for per program. For 2 programs it's double. If for 3 programs it's triple. There is no discount applicable. You can apply for maximum of 3 programs in maximum of 2 centers that it has. So TISS has got 4 centers. For SC/ST students whose family annual income is less than 2.5 lakhs, you require a photograph signature, of course, and TISS copy of challan. Apart from that, you need caste and or tribe certificate. You also need income certificate for the financial year 2021-22, not 22-23, because it's not yet over, which should be issued by revenue officer and nobody else. Okay, and the exam fees is mere 260 rupees. For SC/ST students whose family annual income is more than 2.5 lakhs, you require all of that along with that caste and tribe certificate. You do not need the certificate for the financial year because you are not declaring that your family annual income lies below 2.5 lakhs. The exam fees is almost double of that, so it's around 520 ke paas hai, to 510 hai. OBC, non-creamy layer, annual income less than 1 lakh rupee for the family. You need photograph, signature, and the TISS copy of challan if you have paid by cash. So please understand, if you are going to fill the form online, you don't really need it. You also need certificate for the financial year 2021, just as in the case of SC/ST. OBC certificate issued after 1st April 2022. So if you do not have it yet, please make sure that you get it as soon as possible. It should be certified by the district magistrate, deputy commissioner, or tehsildar of your district. Okay, exam fees is only 260 per program. OBC NC non-creamy layer whose annual income is more than 1 lakh but less than 8 lakhs. Okay, you need all of that. Apart from that, you need OBC NC certificate issued before 1st of April 2022. Same as the case above. The pricing remains same. Okay. Students who are part of whose family is a part of armed forces, or students who are physically challenged, disabled, for them you need photograph signature, TISS copy of challan, and PWD certificate. The exam fees is 260. Okay. And also please remember, TISS follows reservations under all categories as per the Government of India or UGC regulations on the matter of how many seats are to be allotted category wise. Okay. Next is low academic eligibility criteria. Okay. So the requirement is not that you should get minimum 60% marks in your 10-12 graduation throughout. It's not that. The criteria is very different. The criteria is the candidate should have successfully completed bachelor's program or master's program or degree of minimum 3 or 4 years duration or its equivalent. So it's either 10 plus 2 plus 3, that is after 12th you do a 3 years graduation, or you do a 4 years graduation like an engineering. Okay. Or you do a 10 plus 2, that is 12th, and then a diploma, and then a 3rd year of graduation, where +1 can also be considered as a bridge course pattern. Okay. So a mandatory requirement is 15 years formal education, at least 15 years. So this is 15, this is 16, this is 15. Minimum 15 years of agar aapka education hai, formal education, full time, go ahead. Whether you got 50%, 52%, 55%, doesn't matter. Of course, if you have a good percentage in your 10-12 graduation, you will feel more confident, but it's not that you will have more chances. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. Okay. The university should be recognized from UGC. That's important. It should not be any random, Era Khera, Nattu Khera wala college. It should be recognized under UGC. Okay. And the candidates who will get their, who are still in their final years, who will get their, degree or their, when their internships get over by June 13, 2023, they are also eligible to apply. There is one important thing to remember, to note, okay, everyone. The thing is, by August, you need to submit your graduation final certificates, as in your semester certificates, all of those, whether it's a 6th semester, whether it's an 8th semester certificate, and your final course completion certificate as well by August. Not for September, by August. If you do not submit it by August, you will be asked to leave. So if you are from a college or from a university where you know that your certificates are not going to be around by September, October because your university delays it, that's a huge problem for you. Because TISS is just going to notify you once, and after that the complete onus is on you to submit it. You don't, you'll be asked to leave straight away. Okay? So by August 31st, 2023, you have to mandatory submit the degree. Next, cheapest PG programs. So I have taken the example for HRM LR. Here HRM stands for Human Resource Management and LR stands for Labor Relations. So the total fees for the entire 2-year program is only 1,89,000. Okay. Of course, it doesn't include your hostel fees or the PG fees or wherever you want to stay, the fooding, right? Fooding and lodging included nahi hai, but kitna kharcha hoga? Of course, it's Mumbai, so kharcha to hoga. But you know, this is the cheapest. This is like the second cheapest, very good college that we can talk about after FMS, right? And along with this, the caution deposit of 10,000 is also refundable. So it's more like it's only 1,79,000 that you have to pay, right? Okay. Next, let's talk about summer placements. Summer placements, which they also call it as the first year placements. Okay, the initial placements. So if you talk about 2020-2022 batch, okay, of TISS, HRM-LR wala batch, the highest stipend was 4 lakh for 2 months. This is 2 months, okay? 2 mahine ka hota hai internship. Summer placements. 4 lakhs for 2 months, it's like 2 lakh per month is your salary. That's what even, you know, the newer IIMs and even a lot of students from IIMs do not get. They get around 1.5 lakhs ke aaspas ka, which is same as what the median salary of TISS is. 3 lakhs for that summer placements, 2 months ka, which is good, which is like one of the best that we have in the country right now. The mean is 2.62. Okay. Now, if we talk about 2020-2022 batch, 95% of the students got an offer of above 2 lakh. 95% of the students. And we're talking about summer placements. Abhi main placements pe aayenge. Okay. So there were 36 recruiters and there were 77 participating students. Everyone got their summer placements, you know, with a very, very good, you know, package of 2 months. What a best, yes, Anushka, when you go to the website of TISS, there are email IDs and phone numbers. Please get in touch with them. Let them know that you will only be able to submit your provisional, not the actual one. So is there going to be any problem or not? Okay. In their notification, they have very clearly mentioned you have to submit your final degree certificate by 31st of August. Just get it confirmed because you are going to get your certificate by 2024. Okay, let's now talk about the final placements. The final placements for HRM LR for 2020-2022 batch, the highest was 42.09 lakhs. This is per annum, of course. Okay, the median was 22.5 and mean is 23.97. Now, this may not look like a lot when it comes to ABC. पर आप ROI देखो, है ना? 1.8 lakhs is your fees and you get on an average, ठीक है, 22.5 lakhs ले लेते हैं per annum as your placements. How many times is this? Can I say this is nothing like, I mean, it's not, it is a little shy of over 12 times, a little over 12 times. ठीक है? Okay. Now, if I talk about ABC, जिनकी फीस is around 17 lakhs, और उसका अगर 12 times करना पड़ता, your package, the placement that you should be getting should be in crores, right? 17 lakh into 10 is 1 crore 70 lakh. 12 times is more than 2 crores. मतलब अगर आपको 2 crore का पैकेज लगेगा ना, तो you will have same ROI as that of IIMs, the top IIMs. ये तो आपको बिल्कुल नहीं मिलने वाला. Right? So ROI is huge. There were 42 recruiters and 65 participating students were there, and 50% of the students who were there in the summer placements, they had already got the job. PPO time udhar hi unhone, they had rolled out. The companies were like, okay, fine, you guys have interned with us, we love you guys, so let's make it deal. You guys are going to come back to us. So PPO 50%. Can you imagine 50%? Even at IIMs, you don't get 50% PPOs. Okay? So it's that good. So please understand that when it comes to HR specifically, any company, whether it is Google, whether it is Microsoft, the best of the best companies, the Facebook, koi bhi, Meta, okay? Not Facebook, Meta. These companies will go for Excel or TISS first. ये और कहीं नहीं जाते इंडिया में. They will pick HR professionals from here. And then their third choice, first or second, you know, it moves between them. Then their third choice is SCMHRD. And then they go after, I am Ranchi चले जाएंगे, इधर चले जाएंगे, उधर चले जाएंगे. पर Excel और TISS सबसे पहले जाते हैं. Okay, so they are so much sought after, and the batch strength is very low, right? Okay, next, best brand. Why best brand? So you can look at the recruiters. This is directly from the TISS website, okay, their LinkedIn profiles. So you can see, do you see any company, any major corporate company that is not there, that do not come? Dekho. And this is not the complete list. You will not find all 44 of them here, right? So you, at every good company, at every, you know, the best company that we have right now has got a TISS HR sitting over there as the head HR or as the VC of the HR department. So they are, you know, very well placed. Very good company, very good job profile, everything. Okay. Now, question arises, which programs should we go after in TISS? So like I said, in TISS, you can only opt for maximum 3 programs. आपको फॉर्म एक ही भरना है. 2 फॉर्म भरे, your candidature is cancelled. You will not able to receive admit card. Okay, how will they know that these are 2 different admit card? I mean, 2 different forms for the same person? Let them figure it out. But if you do it, your candidature will be cancelled, and you will not be allowed to write the exam, of course. So maximum 1 form you have to fill. In that form, you can only fill for 3 programs. And these 3 programs should be from maximum 2 branches that they have. Okay. So you have got Navi Mumbai, you have got Guwahati, you have got another in Hyderabad, and then you have got one more in Maharashtra only, right? Ek aur hai. So there are 4. So maximum 2 places, 2 branches, and 3 programs. तो 3 program कौन से select करने चाहिए? यही question होगा, because HRM and LR, everyone knows, right? Almost everyone knows who's writing TISS. What about the other 2 programs? So what we have done is we have shortlisted the other 2 programs for you guys so that you guys do not have to go anywhere around. Okay. So the 3 programs that you have to go after is HRM and LR foremost. The second one is Organizational Development, Change and Leadership, which is also known as ODCL or simply OD. Okay, this is a very new program, first of its kind in India. Okay, Asia में भी बोल सकते हो, Asia में है और जगह है, you have got in Singapore, but this is like you know, because of change in leadership, that extension, it's one of its kind. Okay, and the third one is analytics. You have to go for these 3 programs if you are targeting 3 programs. If you are targeting any one, तो obviously HRM, LR clear कर रहे होगे. Okay, remember that analytics gives you Master of Science. Okay, MA, MSc there. Now let's look at the let's distinguish these three programs. So when we look at HRM LR, the intake is 68. For ODCL it is 45, and on analytics it is 34. So very low batch strength. The duration is 2 years for each one of them. Yes, throughout same. Fees is 1,89,000 for HRM LR. For ODCL it is on the higher side. Still not very high. It's 8.5 lakhs. And for analytics, it's almost quarter to 7 lakhs, a little over that. The mean salary, the average salary is around 24 lakhs per annum for HRM LR, a little over 18 for ODCL, and 14.5 for analytics. And the highest is 42 for HRM, almost 35 for ODCL, and 24 for analytics. Not bad, right? And ODCL and analytics, these are very new programs. Not like ये अभी इसी साल खुला है, इतना नया भी नहीं है. 2, 3, 4 batches have already left. So they are growing year on year. For example, ODCL, they gained 22% rise when it came to highest salary. तो उनका salary इतना था नहीं, ठीक है? It was below 30 before that. अब वो 35 हो गया almost. So going by that logic, it can cross 40, 42 by the time you exit, right? So it will be at par with what HRM LR has right now. Okay, let's look into each of the three programs, the eligibility criteria, and what is it all about. Okay, so when we talk about HRM LR eligibility criteria, it's the same that we just discussed. कुछ नया नहीं है. ठीक है? Everything is same. You need to have 15 years of formal education from a university recognized by UGC. Okay, and candidates who will successfully complete all requirements and exams and internship or sub milakar by 13 June are eligible to apply as in final year students, and the submission of the certificate. Okay, so there are two types of programs. Okay, one is a self-financed program and another is not a self-financed program. For example, HRM LR is not self-financed. Not self-financed मतलब आपका मतलब college का self-financed program नहीं है. It means you will be eligible for fee concession or waivers if you fall in the category of the reservation based on creamy layer, non-creamy layer, OBC, SC, ST. So there can be a lot of reduction in the fees for you as well. ठीक है? So 1,89,000 general category का था, but वहाँ पर a lot of grants are given. Okay, if you do not fall in that category, general students will not get any relaxation when it comes to fees or anything. Okay, किसी भी चीज में नहीं मिलेगा. If you have not filled the form before the exam, they are not going to accept later on just to get you the relaxation on fees. ठीक है, तो ये ध्यान रखना कि whatever forms you have for OBC, SC, ST, armed forces, PWD, you need to do it beforehand. Okay, while filling the form. Everything should be handy. Now, what is this program about? This is a very typical HR program, but with a little twist in it. Okay, so the Masters of Arts MA program in this, which used to be called not HRM but Personal Management and Industry Relations. That's what it used to be called as. Okay, you guys must have seen, or you guys must have watched maybe movies from 70s or 60s, जहाँ पर एक हीरो होता है, वो हीरो के पेरेंट्स किसी कारखाने में काम करते हैं, they work in some factory and then they have got unions and everything, and then there is this villain who makes sure that nobody is paid and काम करवा रहा है, union strikes हो रहे हैं, and so on, right? That's how the movies went on. So that was during the revolution that India had in 70s and 80s, 90s. वो उस duration का सारा चीज था. So that was depicted in the movies. So at that time, the HR part was that they used to form a bridge between the managers, the head of the companies, and the workforce. Okay. So the aim of the program was to make a bridge between them, to make sure that everything goes smooth. Okay. So the program explores the critical areas of contemporary human resources management in conjunction with comprehensive knowledge and understanding of the key functions of management and business. So HR का part भी था और आपको management और business के बारे में भी सब जानना है. It's not only HR that you have to study. Okay. Now the broad objectives of this MA program is to sensitize students to the social, political, economic and ecological environments of the society. Now this is something no HR Excel भी नहीं बोलेगा कि वो ये करते हैं. They'll be like business सिखाते हैं, people's person बनाते हैं वगैरह वगैरह. They will not be talking about getting into this social, political, economic and ecological environment of the society. They will not be using the word society, they will be using the word business or the corporate structure, right? So ये बहुत different है, ठीक है? And see, the people that I'm aware of who have passed out from TISS, and it has been now, over 1.5 decades, almost 2 decades now. There are people who do not, they are at a different level of, the social status. Bilkul alag hai, as in, once they passed out from TISS, they worked in companies, then they were, then they applied for jobs abroad, they moved there, they travel. मतलब एक typical वो नहीं होता बंदा जो movies में देखते हैं, you're like कि okay fine, that person is living, living just with a suitcase, right? And traveling all around the world, exploring. तो वैसी life है, and every time you have money in your account, so you're paid handsomely. It's not just in India. You will be given a lot of opportunity after you pass out in the next 2, 3, 4 years to move abroad. Okay, they are that much sought after, this particular program students. Let's talk about ODCL now. Okay, so ODCL is a self-financed program, as in no fee concession or waiver is applicable whether you fall in a category, reservation category or not. किसी को नहीं मिलेगा. Everyone is general category student. ठीक है? Now, इसमें थोड़ा सा twist है eligibility criteria. The basic eligibility criteria is same as that of HRMLR. ठीक है? Standard सारे MS program को almost same है. But here, in order to apply for ODCL, you need to have completed minimum 24 months of work experience. So a fresher cannot try to get into this. ठीक है? 24 months of work experience as on 1st May 2023. So the date is also provided कि 1st May 2023 के basis पे 24 months हो जाने चाहिए आपके. अगर नहीं हो रहे हैं, if you're shy by 3 days, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, you are not eligible for ODCL. ठीक है? So anyone who has got 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 8 years का work experience can go after this. And TISS students, they do have 8 years, 10 years का work experience. ऐसे students भी होते हैं. ठीक है? Okay. Now, how will they know that you have worked? So the next criteria is important. If you have worked with a corporate structure, they will require your experience certificate, they will require your pay slips, appointment letters, and relieving letters. And if you have your own business or your family business, then in that case, you will be showing that you have been working with your family business, right? In that case, they are going to need statements of current, that is the business account, current account, savings account नहीं होता companies का, current account होता है. Goods and services tax registration of the firm and company registration certificate अगर कोई भी बंदा family business का. So these all things should also be ready. Okay. Now ODCL, what is it about? क्या करते हैं ODCL में pass out होने के बाद या उधर क्या पढ़ाई कर रहे होते हैं? So during MA in ODCL, students learn how to facilitate the process of OD. Now what is OD? What is organizational development? See, let's talk about this. अभी क्या होता है ना कि when a business is running, let's talk about a company XYZ. Okay, that company has got a proper structure. They provide products as well as services. Okay, वो सारा provide कर रहे हैं. But the way the economy and the technology is changing, the fast-paced change in the the structure of the economy makes a lot of company to tweak themselves. अब ये इतना आसान काम है नहीं. जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि when somebody grows old, that person becomes too stubborn to change. Same happens with the companies. When company is very old, it becomes very difficult. Even if they try, it's very difficult to bring in changes. So changes दो तरीके से होने चाहिए. Either you are going to change the kind of products and services you are providing, or you are going to change the way people are working. जैसे आज से 10 years ago, okay, 10, 12 years ago, normally people used to see bank people or bank managers or the people who are working in bank as the people who do not work, laid back attitude, छुट्टी पे छुट्टी, 10 o'clock पहुंचना, 5 o'clock तक वापस आ जाना, मतलब chill वाली जिंदगी, right? But in the last 10 years, these people, they have to work even on Saturdays and Sundays and 12 hours. ठीक है? So there has been a drastic change in the way people are working. The products and services have been brought, new products and services have been brought, but company के within change हुआ. If I consider a bank as a company in itself, right? So what happens is, दो तरह का approaches होता है. पहला होता है कि company में develop people so that they transform their organization, or you redesign the organization so that it bring out the best in its people. इन दोनों में से कोई एक करना पड़ता है. Who does it? If you are the owner of the company, if you are among the board of directors, you'll be like, ठीक है, मेरे को changes लाने. But who's going to bring those changes? Who's going to decide what changes are going to be fruitful? These people who have done MBA and ODCL. Now every major company, every big brand, they really need it. क्योंकि उनको पता है, they can foresee future. Okay, they know that in the next 6 years, AI is going to take over. So they know that there will be a lot of changes that is required within the company, within the people. So they need such kind of managers. Okay, so it's a very, very good program. After MBA in HR, MBA, in MA in HRMLR के बाद second best program ये है, ठीक है? So what all you learn during this time is understanding how an organization works, understanding what are the goals and concerns of an organization. You need to debug or diagnose the issues, causes, and the problems that you have, and then provide solutions as well. You have to explore other options, and if you find options, you implement them, the proper solutions required, and you bring in the transition. Okay, so this is a very responsible work. Okay. Now, what is the analytics eligibility criteria? The third program. So this is also a self-financed program. It means no fee concession or waivers is applicable. Same as the case of ODCL. ठीक है, इन दोनों में आपको कोई concession नहीं मिलेगा. You are a general category student. Okay, criteria same as HRMLR. कोई changes नहीं. Fine. What is analytics? You guys must have come across while writing other exams that there is a business analytics वाला होता है, PGD, BA, right? Same चीज वही है. Okay, it's PGD, BA for IIMs. It is MA, MSc in analytics for TISS. So reasons why you should be doing MA in analytics from TISS would be you will be working with the big data, which is very important. Okay, abhi ka market is all data driven, right? Everything is data driven. Starting kya? Your life starts at the mobile phone, smartphone, and it ends there, right? So it's all data driven. The banking system, the cars that you buy, okay, any product that you buy through Amazon or anything, they all are data driven, right? So you visualize and you analyze on that. Okay, you learn the philosophy of analytics and predictive modeling, which is a very, very important thing. A person who normally does analytics from an institute, era wala institute se, wo ye sab nahi sikhate hain theory part. They'll be like, ठीक है, let's work on R, let's study Python, let's try to understand how to analyze the data. But the conceptual part, they never teach you that. Okay, they will help you apply analytics. Okay. Transform ideas into data products, human dimension of data and technology, interactive learning, okay, तो through seminars and workshops. तो ये सारी चीजें उसमें वो सिखाते हैं. So this is going to be very, very fruitful for a person who is looking to go for analytics. Of course, it's not as well paid as the placements are not great, बट ये 24 lakhs पर annum खराब क्या है? ठीक तो है ना? 4 times, almost 4 times of what your fees is a great opportunity, right? And tag is not bad. TISS का tag है भाई. Now question arises, the next question is how to get in. कैसे जाएंगे TISS में? क्या एग्जाम्स देने हैं? What is the procedure? What are the stages? What kind of exam is it? What are the things that are asked? So, in order to get into TISS, there are 2 stages, okay? The stage 1 is your TISSNET exam, okay? It's a computer-based common screening test for master's program across all campuses, all as in those 4 campuses. Now, TISSNET is conducted to shortlist candidates for stage 2 based on their TISSNET marks and the ratio of number of seats announced for individual programs under each category. So, TISSNET clear कर लिया तो admission हो जाएगा? No. TISSNET clear कर लिया तो stage 2 पहुंच जाओगे? Yes. Stage 2 is not going to bring in the major impact, as in it's going to decide whether you will get through or not. Stage 1 is just a screening part, okay? So it's a shortlisting process and no reservation rules are applied at this stage. ठीक है? Reservation rules का मतलब ये है कि you will not be given कि you are an SC/SC student तो टोटल मार्क्स कम आ जाएंगे तो तब भी चलेगा, ये अलाउड नहीं है. ठीक है? We will discuss that in the next slide as well. So the 3 programs that we are looking at, all programs except HRM and ODCL, मतलब we are talking about analytics. The TISSNET is 100 marks. That is stage 1. Now stage 2, okay, और ये 100 marks, same exam है, it's a common exam, right? Stage 2 is the online assessment. It includes pre-interview tests, PIT and personal interview. Now the thing is, actually if you go to the TISSNET, TISS admissions website right now, there is no notification about the stage 2 process. They haven't released anything. Okay? So what I'm going to tell you, it is based on what happened in TISSNET, TISS 2022. Last year क्या हुआ था मैं उसके बेसिस पे बता रहा हूँ. ठीक है? Maybe they will change this time. Maybe they will include 3 stages within stage 2. Maybe there will be one more test. Maybe they will get rid of the tests. We don't know that. So unless and until notification is not issued, please take everything with a pinch of salt. Okay? So stage 1 includes TISSNET. The stage 2 includes personal interview test, as in interview से पहले एक test होता है, and then you have got personal interview. For analytics, you had to give TISSPAT an exam, and for HRM and ODCL, you have to appear for TISSMAT, and these exams happen right after you are done with TISSNET exam. ठीक है? TISSNET का exam दिया, उसके बाद आपको TISSMAT का देना पड़ता. TISSMAT exam is a 50 marks exam. TISSPAT is also 50 marks exam. TISSPAT exam जो होता है ना, I told you like there are more than 50 courses offered by TISS. तो ना कुछ सोशल वर्क रिलेटेड है, कुछ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप रिलेटेड है, ठीक है, कुछ सस्टेनेबिलिटी रिलेटेड है. सो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन विच कोर्स यू आर गोइंग टू अप्लाई टू, TISSPAT इज गोइंग टू हैव क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड टू दैट. ऐसे होता है उसके अंदर, दे हैव गॉट सम ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस, समटाइम्स दे हैव सब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है? उस तरह का एग्जाम होता है TISSPAT. And TISSMAT is management aptitude test. So this is for HRM and ODCL because these are the only 2 programs under TISS जो आपको कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर जाने के लिए तैयार करता है. So you have MAT to give. TISSMAT, not MAT, TISSMAT. Okay, and their personal interview is of 75 marks. So if you pay a little attention, you will realize that even though TISSNET is 100 marks, its weightage is only 40%, while personal interview is 75 marks. कम है, पर इसका weightage 30% है. So personal interview is the final nail in the coffin. This is very important. Okay, PI clear करना आसान काम नहीं है TISS का, बहुत मुश्किल है. Okay, if you talk about TISSMAT exam, जो आप HRM या ODCL के दोगे, तो उसका what kind of paper is this? So you have got 15 comprehension questions, 15 management data interpretation, as in basically DI. You have got 15 business awareness, that is GK. Okay, the marks awarded is +1, +1 and +1. For a wrong answer, your 1/4 is deducted. Total marks होता है 15, 15, 15 यानी total 45 marks का होता है. ठीक है. And then you have got an essay or a subjective question, and sectional cutoff नहीं होता. Good part. Okay, so it's more like who scored the highest will go through. So it's more like a percentile. CAT में कोई fail नहीं करता ना. It's just that you clear the percentile or you don't. So stage 1 is going to be there this year. ये तो है. Stage 2 है कि नहीं? This is still a question. We'll have to wait for another 2, 3, 4 days, and you keep on checking the website, the official website. From there, you will get the notification about stage 2. So please tell the development studies. ठीक है. I'll tell you about development. So development studies के लिए क्या, as in what part exactly do you want to know about development studies? Can you give me a little more idea, Kapil and Debangana? दिनेश, टिस्पैट का पैटर्न जो है, it consists of essay and subjective questions and objective, combination of that. So the development studies, all that I can tell you is, it is also a program which can help you get into corporate structure. The fees is 1,25,000, 1,50,000 के आसपास है. It's again very, very low. Okay, it's a proper 2-year program. Okay, and the intake is 50. That's what you have. उसके अलावा क्या? There's no cutoff, Dashyam, no cutoff. There is no sectional cutoff. But I'll tell you a few things. Wait for the next slide. No, Kuldeep, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay. Now let's get into TISSNET. The exam pattern, cutoff hota hai ki nahi, let's also talk about it. TISS everywhere says there is no cutoff except for one part. Okay, but what we have seen over the previous years, there looks like that if you score at least some much, at a certain value, certain marks, you may have chances to clear the exam. Okay, so that's not cutoff. That's what we have seen as per the trends over the years. So TISSNET is a computer-based program which will have 100 objective questions. Okay, we have already seen 100 marks ka, 100 objective questions. It will be held on 28th of January to 28th February from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. 1 hour and 40 minutes across several centers. So center ka alag-alag wo date or timing hai. You will get everything when you register, when you fill the form. Okay. Candidates applying for single or multiple programs need to apply only one test, and TISSNET score will be valid for all the programs applicable for. So ऐसा नहीं है कि HRMLR you need a separate score, and for ODCL you need a separate score, for development studies you need a separate score. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. A standard score which is applicable for all the programs. Okay. There is no negative marking in the TISSNET. Good thing. There was negative marking in TISSMAT. TISSNET में नहीं है. Okay. The exam will be in English. It's not going to be in local languages. This is important. For GA, the sectional cutoff is there. There is no overall cutoff. There is no cutoff for comprehension. There is no cutoff for mathematics. There is cutoff for GA. Okay. And candidates who are not able to score the minimum cutoff marks for GA will be disqualified from TISSNET, as in they won't be eligible to go over to second stage. Even though आपका ओवरऑल स्कोर बढ़िया था, फाड़ था, पर जीए क्लियर नहीं हुआ ना, कोई सुनवाई नहीं है. Nobody is going to hear your cries if you miss the GA cutoff. Now what is GA cutoff? This is what TISSNET has given from their behalf. Okay, this is not last year. This is what it is going to be this year. Okay, so English proficiency, English, there are 30 questions, mathematics and logical reasoning 30 questions, and GF 40 questions. Total marks is as per +1. There is no negative marking, so you cannot reduce. Sectional cutoff is nothing here. There is no fixed cutoff. There is no fixed cutoff. No fixed cutoff मतलब नहीं कि while checking the paper they will like कि अब का decide करते हैं. Cutoff है ही नहीं. ठीक है? But for GA you have got 14 marks cutoff for general, EWS, KMN, AF. Okay, armed forces के category के. 12 marks is for OBC, NC and PWD students. पर SC, ST वालों के लिए इसमें भी कोई cutoff नहीं है. ठीक है? There is no cutoff. What level of questions are they going to ask you? When it comes to English, only up to 10th standard. In maths and reasoning, only up to 10th standard. And general awareness में तो भैया कोई 10th standard, 12th standard तो होता नहीं है. So anything and everything that you can think of, they can ask you. It is going to be more about polity and Indian history and authors and books or policies. अभी क्या चल रहा है? So majorly current affairs and static GK. Okay. The broad coverage that they have mentioned. Now these are the topics. That doesn't mean कि इसी से आएगा. इससे आएगा, इसके बाहर भी हो सकता है. Okay. So you have got word choice and sentence correction, odd one out. You have got analogies, synonyms and antonyms. A lot of you are going to struggle here. Grammar, verbal reasoning and reading comprehension. Okay. When it comes to maths, it's everything that you guys may have prepared for other MBA exams. CAT, ZAT, IFT, किसी के लिए भी करा होगा, ये तो करा ही होगा, है ना? It includes DI and LR within this. So when we say mathematics, it means DI and quant. Both included in mathematics and LR is separate. Separate मतलब है उसी section का part, but they have mentioned it as maths and LR. DI they have considered it as maths. When it comes to, excuse me, general awareness, it's politics, social studies, science and technology, environment, sports, arts and culture, Indian history, and many, many, many more. So it's not going to be only related to India. It is going to be related to maybe Asia. It may be related to European continent. ये कहीं का भी हो सकता है. ठीक है? And specifically, a lot of things are happening right now in the world. So it's very easy to ask questions from there to gauge the general awareness capability of a student. Now, for TISSNET, they have never mentioned कि इतना होना चाहिए, but what we have seen is that the TISSNET cutoff is generally around 72 to 75 marks out of 100. Of course, out of 100 marks. Means if you somehow manage to get 78 marks या फिर let's say 80 marks, almost 100% chance that you have cleared your first stage. क्योंकि इसमें और कुछ तो देखते भी नहीं है. वर्क एक्स है नहीं है, 10th क्या था, 12th क्या था, वो तो खैर they never check that. But if you score somewhere above 75, I must say, if you score anything above 75, you are good to go. Stage 1 clear हो जाएगा. Now, as you guys can see, 75 is not an easy score. In CAT, 50% score will fetch you a 99 percentile. इधर को 75% करना है बच्चा. It's not easy. Well, the thing is, the questions are easy, but when it comes to synonyms and antonyms and odd one out and sentence correction, अपन बहुत गलती करने वाले इंग्लिश में. Maths में we have a lot of silly mistakes. GK में we, and not GK, GA में we are not going to know a lot of things. So even if you take out like you don't know 8 questions, the chances bleak हो जाते हैं. So if you attempt, let's say 22, 22 and 32 questions in the 3 sections respectively, तो chances है कि नहीं होगा आपका. क्यों? Because 22, 22, 32 में you are going to make mistakes, no? 100% accuracy तो है नहीं. So it means you will have to attempt the entire paper with a good accuracy. तब जाके you will be able to clear the cutoff. So if you think that the exam is easy, it is. The level of difficulty is easy. पर competition tough है. Okay. No चिराग, no course, work X ही चाहिए. Right. 25th February से मतलब the date has been extended. वो last date है ना form filling का, कुलदीप. Okay. Question is, what is the source for GK? See, बहुत मुश्किल सवाल है guys. लोग कुछ भी बोले, it's very difficult. For example, if I ask you, let's say, why was there, why is there a strike in France? अभी फ्रांस में स्ट्राइक चला था अभी. Yesterday, day before yesterday, over 1 million people hit the streets. Why did it happen? क्यों हुआ था फ्रांस में ये? पता है? Do you guys know? So if some of you know that it was because of the government extending the retirement age from 62 to 64 years, related to वो pension scheme and all that, उसके कारण वो हुआ कि 2 years हमें बढ़ाना नहीं है. ठीक है? ये आपको कहां से पता चला? Where did you come to know about this? If you know, newspaper, news, या random Google browser खोला होगा, या कोई browser खोला होगा, on the first page you have got discover, तो वहां से news आ गया होगा. So somebody must have told you. So what is the source of these things? It can be anything, anywhere, right? So you have to go through everything, that specifically what happened in India, what the policies Indian government has brought in. Okay, what are those related to? What are the eminent people related to the policies and the governing bodies? Along with that, a lot of static GK. Static GK मतलब कि Thames River किधर को है? Black Sea के adjacent countries, which are those countries? What is the capital of Ukraine? Let's say, who wrote my experiments with truth? Static है. These things are not going to change. Thames नदी जिधर उधर ही रहेगी. Book जिसने लिख दिया my experiments with truth, वो वही author रहने वाला है ना? So there are few things that will never change, static GK, and some things are which are currently happening, current affairs. So they all come under general awareness. Source, very difficult. I can tell you that you can learn, mug up, Manorama yearbook, or let's say pick up last 1 year का newspaper and read it. अब कितना भी कर लो कम है, मतलब आपको करते रहना है. और अभी आप सोचोगे कि अभी 15 दिन के अंदर कर लेंगे, ये नहीं होता. जीके नहीं हो सकता, 15 days में नहीं हो सकता. So you have to talk to your parents or anyone who has been watching television a lot, following news a lot, news a lot. Go and ask them what happened in the last 1 year. Okay, search online what happened in the last 1 year. Follow any particle, any book, any source, as long as you are updated about things. ठीक है? Now, let's talk about, we're almost at the last point. Okay, waiting list criteria TISSNET का ये भी please समझ लो. ठीक है? If you forget about it, please come back to the video later on once the results are declared. So initially what happens is they release open or unreserved merit list prepared based on the aggregate mark obtained by the candidates for a specific program without considering any reservation category. बिना किसी कैटेगरी के वो आपका ओवरऑल प्रोग्राम के हिसाब से मार्क्स देंगे. ठीक है? सपोज यू गेट लेट्स से 78 मार्क्स. So 78 marks for HRM will be here, not at the top most, but for ODCL it may be a lot, क्योंकि ODCL में 78 वाले बच्चे जाते ही नहीं है. 78 जिसको आएगा that person is going to apply for HRM, right? And उधर जाएगा, ODCL नहीं जाएगा, analytics नहीं जाएगा. So you're like the topmost person, right? So your rank is going to change. Now this provides a student an opportunity for free and proper access through all the programs that they have applied for. Okay, so you can understand ये पूरा transparent और clear है. ठीक है? Now after considering candidates in OML बोले तो open reserve, open merit list, a separate category wise merit list is now prepared for the number of seats reserved for each category as per what government and UGC has declared. Okay, so पहले तो वो 100 सीट्स के लिए 100 सपोज देयर 100 सीट्स, सो 100 सीट्स को ले लेंगे, ठीक है, एंड 100 सीट्स में सपोज SC ST के 20 सीट्स थे, एंड लेट्स से देयर आर 25 स्टूडेंट्स, फाइन, ठीक है, तो वो उसमें से शॉर्टलिस्ट करेंगे. If 20 students get in, great. If 20 students do not get in, they will call in more students. So that's when waiting list comes in. So there are, you know, second waiting list, third waiting list, fourth waiting list. Depending upon program, it goes on to a lot of waiting lists. So in case of a tie between two or more candidates with their aggregate final score, the following order will be used. ये जरूरी है. So if your final score is tied, both of you have got 78 and you are the last person to get into HRM, तो वो ना TISS का marks देखेंगे. Whoever gets more will be given preference. Suppose that is also tied. ठीक है? So they are going to TISS का OA mark देखेंगे, not overall. It's OA, online assessment mark. Suppose online assessment mark is also same. Then they are going to look at the TISSNET exam, the first stage ka exam, okay, the exam that you guys are going to write, uska overall. Suppose if that is also tied, then date of birth. Listen, date of birth matlab jiska zyada age hoga, a person who is going to be elder will be given preference. This also happens in the case of UPSC and other exams because that's the norm laid by the government of India. A person who is elder should be given preference. The younger person still has got one year to, you know, apply for it. So अगर आपकी एज ज्यादा है और ऐसा कभी कुछ हुआ, आपका upper hand है. Okay, so candidates who will get selected in the program of their first choice, तीन choices हैं. If you have filled all the three choices, first choice if you get selected, the other two choices automatically they get discarded. You can't go to your second choice if first choice is available. ठीक है? So when you're going to fill the forms, make sure that you fill it properly. Do you want HRM to be first, or do you want ODCL to be first, or do you want analytics to be first, depending upon what you want, right? तो please ध्यान से fill करना, form fill करते वक्त. Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, so before I continue, and if I'll take up queries, please make sure that you guys like. This is everything that you want to know about TISS exam, the TISSNET exam, the TISSMAT or TISSPAT, depending upon it's going to happen or not. मैंने courses भी बता दिए कौन से programs के लिए जाना है, क्या program है, fees कितना है, average, median, everything, right? So every time you have a doubt about the exam or courses or anything, you can come back to this video, watch it again. So everybody, please make sure that you like this video. Thank you for doing that. Okay, so few notification from our side. The first is a new batch we are going to start for CAT 2023 comprehensive program, wherein you get tablet, where you get more than 300 engaging videos, where you learn not only about the subjects that come in the exam, but also about puzzles and, you know, other things. Live classroom sessions, more than 135 classroom sessions happen live, which has got almost 220 to 225 hours of session. Those are, okay. You are given more than 75 mocks, CAT as well as non-CAT, with video solutions. You will be given an online account where you will have more than 10,000 practice questions, CAT, non-CAT, sub. TISS भी है, TISS के भी हम लोग काफी mocks निकालते हैं, ठीक है? You will be given recorded lectures apart from the live sessions, other sessions, analysis, form filling, exam का pre-exam analysis, post-exam analysis, okay? You will be given books so that you can study and solve the questions in the offline mode. We will also help you with your GDP and VAT preparation. ऐसे exam clear करवा के नहीं छोड़ेंगे हम आपको convert करवा के छोड़ेंगे अगर आपका score percentile अच्छा आया, okay? Wherein you will get more than 15 power pack sessions where we will tell you how to build a resume, how to answer during an interview, what all things you should wear, what all things you should answer, सारा चीज, okay? And you'll be given more than 5 years of previous year questions of the exams and formula ebook and everything. तो ये सारा चीज आपको मिलता है. So if you're interested, please get in touch with the concerned person. The link to that is given in the description below. Okay. So today it started already, वैसे. So at 7 p.m. 90 up to 90% scholarship you can avail by writing the scholarship test for CAT preparation programs. Okay. So make sure that you attempt this. So more than 27,000 students have won this program scholarship, and we have helped them avail more than 1 crore sponsorship. 1 crore ka, samajh rahe ho kitna? So it's very easy to get a scholarship. So just write it. It's not that you write the exam, you have to avail it. Write it, see if you feel comfortable, enrolling for the program. Get in touch with the counselor, executives, talk to them. Tell them your problems, your issues. They will help you out. Okay. So register it. The limited seats are there. It's not like 100 students आ गए तो 100 को हम ले लेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. Now, 24th of Jan 7 p.m. a session by Mr. Srinivas is going to be taken. He is going to discuss about why CAT 2023 preparation should be started right away. Why you should start it right now in the month of Jan or max by February. Pros ज़्यादा हैं, cons तो बहुत ही कम है, ठीक है? He will also help you to devise your test taking strategy. So make sure that you register for it. The link for this is also given in the description. Limited seats are available. So 50 seats अगर हैं suppose, तो 50 के बाद link अपने आप बंद हो जाएगा. So make sure that you register for it and also attend it. ऐसे नहीं कि register करके भूल गए. Okay. We are also going to release All India Open Mock for CMAT 2023. We have released from today itself. From 21st Jan to 29th Jan, it's a 9-day window period where you will get your real CMAT experience. You will be given question-wise video solutions. It will help you devise a strategy. Actual exam से पहले एक exam दे रहे हैं, right? So comfort feel होता है, okay? So make sure that you register for that. This is also, the registration link is also given in the description. So make sure you do that. And thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. You can also join our Telegram channel, which is BYJU'S Exam Prep for MBA. And you can download our app from wherein you can watch hundreds and hundreds of videos, all for free. Concept videos, analysis videos, exam related videos. Thanks for joining. Take care. Binit, what is the question? TISS score is only what? What did you want to ask? TISS score is only kya? Okay, Binit, do one thing. Whatever your query is, please write in the chat. I will answer to it. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.